Welcome back to my channel. I'm Trish. I hope everybody had a really wonderful holiday. I am so happy and at peace to be back in my kitchen doing what I love best, making delicious food. This week we are lucky enough to have our nephew with us, and he brought his cat Sunshine, which you've probably seen in earlier videos. So if you wait till the end of the video, I'll show you Sunshine and you can have a little reunion of your own. We are making gluten-free oatmeal scotchies today. I know that gluten-free puts a lot of people off. If you're not celiac and you don't require a gluten-free diet, it can feel like gluten-free options are sort of tasteless, but I think that my cookies really surpass that. Instead of regular wheat flour, I use cassava flour, and this is made from a root. I like this because it has a really good texture and a good taste, and you can substitute it one-to-one. I have experimented through the years with other types of flour, almond flour, rice flour, soy flour, and cassava is my very favorite for baking especially. For this recipe, what we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 cups of regular oats, 1 cup of cassava flour, and then I like my cookies to be really chewy, so I'm going to add half a cup of coconut. This is half a cup of white sugar and 1 full cup of brown sugar. We're also going to add an egg. We've got a teaspoon of cinnamon, which is probably more than most recipes call for, but I really like for a lot of extra flavor to come out and for the cookies to have a really luxurious taste. I've also got half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a full teaspoon of baking powder because we want our cookies to have a little bit of loft. This is half a teaspoon of vanilla, and this is 3/4 of a cup of softened butter. To get started, we're going to take our egg and we're going to crack it into the mixing bowl. We're also going to add our 3/4 cup of softened butter. We want to add our brown sugar, our white sugar, our vanilla, and that is all the soft, wet ingredients. In this bowl, we're going to add our 2 cups of oats, 1 cup of cassava flour, half a cup of coconut, our cinnamon, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. I'm going to set this to mix and make this kind of a creamy mixture, and then we're going to very slowly add our dry ingredients 1 spoonful at a time. When you've got your dough nicely mixed, pull it away from the sides with a spoon, and then add your bag of chips. Our cookie dough is all mixed, and if you don't need 36 cookies all at once, you can take this, wrap it in plastic, and put it in the freezer. I often do that. I have a log of dough in the freezer, and I just slice off what I need and make as many as I want. I'm going to use a cookie scoop. If you don't have one of these, you should get one. I bought mine at Walmart. I'm not endorsed or monetized in any way, so anything I recommend is because I actually use it and like it. It's basically like an ice cream scoop, just a little smaller, and it makes the most perfect cookies. I preheated my oven to 350 Fahrenheit, and I've used a baking sheet. This is another thing that I completely love. Baking sheets are a must. My mother didn't do this, and it's probably the only thing I've done to deviate from her methods. I just have a small oven. I use my countertop oven rather than the large range because it uses a lot less energy and it cooks more evenly. So I'm going to make 8 cookies in this batch. And that's perfect. There's just 3 of us this weekend. Great, I'll throw these in the oven. And with all cookies, I start at about 10 minutes and then check and see how they look. Most cookies don't take much longer than that. Our cookies have been baking for about 10 minutes. I think they're done. They're warm and soft and chewy. We don't want them to get too brown, so I'm going to pull these out. Here we have our beautiful finished gluten-free oatmeal scotchies. You can see that they were easy to make, didn't take very long, and they store well in the freezer. I hope you make this, and I hope you love it. Bon appetit!
A buzz on you, my favorite song is playing in a Broadway bar. Then you walk in and you're all alone, the hottest in the room